Okay, I am just waiting for a minute. I've had lots of trouble getting my camera to turn around to the right orientation for today. I know that is a common problem of mine. I think it's the setup that I've got going on here, and I probably try to turn it too quickly, I guess. So I'm just going to wait a second, see if I can bring up my just bring up my YouTube on my computer so I can see what's going on, and then from there I will probably be able to make a start. So as you know, we went on stage recently, so we did get the annual catalogue at that time, which was lots of fun to look through. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about what did I get in my pre-order, which, yeah, lots of fun. And I'm not sure if this is the live one. I don't think. Oh yeah, it looks like I've got it live up on my computer now. Great. Now, I know that someone was waiting over when I had it scheduled, and I apologise. Hopefully you will catch on that I had to stop and start. This is the problem. This is why I do tend to like to do recorded videos instead. So let's have a quick talk about the catalogue and the new in colours first. So the annual catalogue comes live, I think it's about the 5th or 6th of May for customers. So you can see the kind of feel that you get on the face value of the catalogue. You can see a couple of the colour combinations and sets that are available in here. I have to say that I wasn't overwhelmed with all of the choices from the catalogue. It does seem that Stampin' Up made an announcement at convention that a lot of the products they were waiting for to go into the catalogue didn't make it on time for photography and staging and getting into the catalogue for publication itself. So there's going to be a lot more online exclusives. I actually feel myself that this is a trend that we're going to start seeing. It does mean, however, that you probably will find that things might sell out and may or may not be restocked. Good morning, Deborah. How are you? Thank you for joining. So basically, I can't show you the inside of this, but I can show you a few products that I did get on my pre-order. Now, my pre-order includes a few things from the catalogue, but like I said, also a few things from the online exclusives. So when we went to convention, we did what's called an after dark or after hours crafting. One of the sets there that I'm going to show you some of the coordinating DSP is actually a suite from the online exclusives, which I think comes out in another month or so. So yeah, so I think pretty much we're going to have to move away from, what's in the catalogue. The catalogue's great. Love the fact that they've listened to demonstrators and they have reconfigured the catalogue. It's a little bit easier to look through, not as easy as it used to be, but at least things like your DSP and everything are all sort of featured in here, which is something we struggled with last time. So the new in colours, I'm going to pop that to the side. The new in colours for the new catalogue, so from 2025 to 26, is these 5. So we have Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, Cloud Cover, Strawberry Slush, which is a returning in colour. I don't know it. Obviously, it was between when I was first a customer and then when I rejoined as a demonstrator. And then this one here is called Secret Sea. So I'm going to bring them up a little bit closer. Now, I'm hoping it is a cloudy day outside. I have got my lights on in here and you can see those. So I don't know what everyone sort of prefers. I know if I just switch these around a little bit. Yeah, I think they'll grow on me. They feel a little dull. Let me see if I can compare it for you. compared to last year's in colours, which, as you can see, I'm a huge fan, but the in colours from last year, and I know that these are in their plastic still, but you can see, I just feel these are a bit brighter. But that's okay. I think I'll come accustomed to these. I have started to see demonstrators use these, and the colour combinations are lovely. So talking of colour combinations, and I haven't got it on hand out, but obviously the colour wheel doesn't have these colours on it, but you can find a colour that's very similar. For example, this is similar to sort of between a melon mumbo and a flirty flamingo. So if you get on the colour wheel and have a look at that, you will notice you'll be able to use your colour wheel just the same. Now, talking of these two, now I was particularly drawn to cloud cover. Yeah, I think a lot of people are saying strawberry slush, Deborah. I don't know. I feel I think it'll be pretty once I start using it. This was just a sample pack we were given at On Stage. And I was really lucky. I got a bonus pack of Timid Tiger in my pre-order. So someone was very generous packing it and threw that in for me, which I was thrilled with, because that's actually probably my preferred colour. I feel like Darling Duckling, whilst it's pretty, feels a little dirty to me when you compare it to Crushed Curry and Daffodil Delight, but that's okay. I'm a big pumpkin pie fan. Yeah, Timid Tiger is probably my go-to. I do love this combination though. And I don't think this is a combination that I did. Oh, were you? Oh, gosh, next time we'll have to meet up in person. It was great, wasn't it? Yeah, so hopefully you got a packet of these too. So you've seen them in person. Cloud cover was the one I really liked. So I'm really bummed that we can't get the ink pad in that. I'm really crossing my fingers that they fix the issue and that that comes out. And I'm super, super, super bummed that I haven't got access to my stamping blends yet, because probably that was what I was tempted to do first. But anyway, I digress. So let me move the cardstock out of the way for the time being. So here is my packet and my Timid Tiger. So, of course, the new cardstock, you get 24 in a pack, and that's for all packs now. So, yeah, it's a fairly decent amount. The ones we got it On Stage were the US size. So you can see slightly wider but slightly shorter. So it'll be interesting how I use that. I actually have already started my next order, and it does include another packet of mixed, purely because I don't actually know, apart from Timid Tiger, maybe Strawberry Slush. Yeah, I don't know which ones I'm going to gravitate towards just yet. Oh, great. First timer. My friend Lisa joined me as a first timer as well. Hope you enjoyed it. It was definitely a little bit different this year compared to last year. Last year was my first time in Melbourne. And it just felt a little bit different. That's okay. Different's good. But, yeah. Anyway, so let's start with this one. So I was talking about my On Stage After Dark activity, which I actually didn't do. So my stamp set, which I don't even know where I've put it for the moment, but the stamp set and dies I haven't even opened yet. That is maybe today's plan. So I'm going to take these out. Now, I like to keep mine in the plastic, so I'm going to keep some of it in the plastic, but you can see we've got, let me make sure it's in the right light. So we've got this beautiful one, a little rainbow. So you've got different ones. I've seen some gorgeous slimline cards made from this already, where they've kind of cut and manipulated some of those images. I think I'm going to be fussy cutting quite a lot of this. What I am really excited, this is great because it matches what I've got, but I'm really excited about, I call them the B side, the second side. Lots of neutrals. So this, I think, is that Darling Duckling. And yeah, in this case, really pretty. I love it. That's going to be lots of fun to play with. Deborah, did you do a pre-order at all? Because I know that lots of people have got their pre-orders in. And look, to be honest, there wasn't as much on the pre-order as I would have liked. But that's okay. And there's a few online exclusives I'll probably end up buying. And one in particular that's got a little piggy that is very cute. And that pig can have a little shaker belly. So very, very cute. Oh, great. This one's nice. This is quite fine. Die cutting this is going to be tricky, but that's okay. But here we go. Fresh freesia. And you can see those little patterns there, little stripes and almost like motifs. Now I'm going to talk about motifs in a minute because they look like they're a bit of a trend. Now I will say the other trend in the catalogue, and you'll start seeing on the online exclusives as well, is scrapbooking. Now for those who don't know, I'm actually originally a scrapbooker many, many, many moons ago when my kids were little. Did the whole design team, online forums, published in magazines, all that kind of jazz. I'm a little rusty these days, but very thankful because a lot of people that I saw it on stage, actually, that's where I met them in forums. So that was a very long time ago. So here we go. Lots of fernery on this one. And then the back side is this beautiful. Now, I don't know if this is pool party or cloud cover. It looked more pool party, but we'll see. I don't know. That's pretty. I really like little dotted circles. So that's nice. And the next one is this gorgeous, and I'm going to say daisies, even though they're a sunflower colour, they look like daisies. You got white ones there as well. They'll be fun to die cut or to fussy cut. And beautiful garden green in this sort of like, it's not honeycomb, but I love that pattern. We've had that pattern before, so I'm kind of excited that that's returned. And if you see, I'm trying to put these all out. It actually coordinates really well, but with lots of difference as well, which I like. So there's so much mix and match. Great for customers so that they get lots and lots out of it. The next one, very pretty, very small images compared to everything else, but these are these beautiful. That's the strawberry slush and fresh freesia. And then you've got a bit of old olive and garden green in there too. And you can see, I think that might be Daffodil Delight in there. So a very pretty colour palette for this one. I can see that one's working on, and this one. Now this one sold me on the strawberry slush when you see it like this. And on stage we did have an opportunity to stamp with the inks. I have not bought the inks yet. I'm waiting to see where the cloud cover comes out. But I might, you know, in April, I might, or when the catalogue comes live even, I might indulge and get the inks as they are. The last one is this beautiful, and I'm going to say pansies, I'm assuming. They almost need a guide of what flowers they are so that we all know. Or violas. Not sure. Anyway, so this backside is old olive, and it's got this stripe with these tiny little dots in it. It's very, very pretty. So you can see, there we go. I'm not going to take that last one out, but a huge, huge variety. Fantastic for beginners. Now this is, like I said, an online exclusive, and it does go with the, it's a whole suite, but it does go with the stamp bundle that I got at On Stage. So that's my first one. Now, okay, so it's not out of the catalogue, but it is on stage. This one is out of the catalogue. Okay, and what order will I show you? So this is the suite. Now this suite, can't remember what it's called. It contains 2 stamp bundles. So the first stamp bundle is called Gallery Blooms. The second one is Beautiful Motifs. So this one has 5 stamps, larger stamps. This one has 10. Let me open it and show you how big they actually are. So quite large. Seen this one quite a few times already used. And then it's got a Queen Anne's lace. Yeah, a couple of others. This looks like, oh, what's that called, that one? I'll think of it. So yes, yeah, they are pretty papers, that's for sure. This is a completely different set. So I had that one with all the pretty colours and everything. This set, this whole suite, is not pretty colours. It is a lot of neutrals. So we got that one and then this one. So you can see this is a bit of a trend when they do the double bundle. They call it, I think, a super suite or a mega suite, one of those, where it's got 2 sets of stamp bundles. You will find one is more heavy in images and the other one is more heavy in sentiments. So you can buy them separately. Great. This one I've seen already starting to be used. This is very pretty. And this, so both of those are like a background that you can stamp behind these or add to a card to give a little bit of texture and interest, which is great because that's exactly what I want. All right, so those two have matching die sets. Now let me grab those. The first die set is actually for this one. So this is, I'm really excited by this one. So it doesn't look like much, okay? There is, what's that, 5? Is that right? 5 of them in there? Yep. 5 dies. Now, they do match some of this. So you got your Queen Anne's lace here. It does not go over the top. This is not to cut that out. Okay? This is like, you know how you can put them like layers and the shadows. I can't wait to use it. I've deliberately not been using them. I've tried to grab out what I've already got and use those things that I think might retire. We actually don't know what's retiring, what's moving across to online exclusives yet. But anyway, and this ferny one. So lots and lots of layers. Now, what I love about these ones, and they did display these on stage, and you can't tell looking at them, but these are partial die cuts. So you can cut them and then probably use your snips and cut them out, but they actually, you can fold them up a bit and give a bit of dimension. And we saw a beautiful page by a lovely ex-maker at On Stage, and she had used it on a scrapbook page and sort of tucked things like photos and things behind it. So that I really love that idea. So that goes with that one. Okay. Now the Gallery Blooms, it does have some coordinating dies to cut out. Now this one, yeah, beautiful gallery. That's what it's called, and it is beautiful. It wasn't for everyone. I think it got really mixed response. I think some people went, ooh, and some people went, nah, not for me. So this one here is the complete opposite. It has 13 dies. That's a lot of dies. Let me show you both of them. Okay. Now this one cuts out some frames. So I've got some ideas of how to use that already. We saw some beautiful, very simple ideas with that. And then a lot of these, so that you've got your coordinating dies that cut everything out, all the little ones. And then some actual little, I guess again, like layered shadows dies. So that's really exciting. Got those ones to match. I'm running out of room already. Now, in a part of the suite is these. So these are pressed flower motifs. They're little heavy metal. So if you've ever had any of the, what are the embellishments? They've got like the little nuts and bolts kind of embellishments that came with the one with the aeroplane last year. Now, some of these do shift because they're so heavy. They do shift. I'll grab my craft knife and pop those across later. That's how I actually use. I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but I use the edge of a craft knife because it sticks underneath without you touching it. So there's no oils from your hands or anything that get under that sticky dot. So you can see it just sticks. Can you see that? Just sticks to the back, and you can reposition it and push it down. Good little tip for a little craft knife. I use a craft knife. I guess when I started crafting, paper crafting, there wasn't a lot of the tools that you can get now. So things like craft knives came in very handy. I did a lot of like scalpel work where you intricate cuts and stuff like that using that. And it sits on my desk and gets used all the time. These are really heavy. So yes, very pretty. They have like a floral design pressed into them. Probably not, I'm going to say not my go-to type of embellishment. However, I am thinking some 3D items, and that probably will come in really handy. Now, these sort of ones go straight back in here. A lot of mine, I just keep in a, like, here's an embarrassing tip, but here is all of my embellishments except for my metal ones. These metal style ones tend to lift off a lot, but all of mine just sit in a little container in my desk. So I'm putting them straight in their packet, so that's fine. Now, this is what I was probably excited about the most. This was probably one of the things that did drive me to buy this suite, because you know, suites aren't cheap. So that's this frame here, and the way it was used at the demonstration and on stage definitely sold me on part of the suite. But this embossing folder is probably something else. Now let's see if you can, let me get a piece of dark cardstock in there so you can see the pattern. Hang on, I might even have to roll it through so you can see the pattern. Can you see that? So it's like a wallpaper, and you'll see why that sort of fits in. So you've got all these floral elements, and then you've got this wallpaper motif as well. So kind of excited for that. It's a standard embossing folder, not a 3D. Probably because there's so much detail and it's so small, but that's okay. And finally, because this is the last thing that I actually got, I got a few other bits and pieces like, you know, boring things like stamping dimensions and stuff in my last order. But this is the DSP. Now, I am going to pull it out, which I don't always do, but I'll give you a bit of an idea. So we've got 4 sheets of each. So if you have crafty friends and you look at a DSP and you think, I love that, but I really love that and that and that, and you can't afford it, this is a great way to do it. You can actually share this amongst 2 or 4 people, split it up into packs, that sort of thing. So here is the first one. Very simple. I can actually see this on a scrapbooking page or something similar. Of course, you can frame it because it's so pretty anyway. And then on the back, let me bring it right up. Is it going to focus? There we go. Yeah, so this beautiful, and that matches this one to some degree. You can see. So yeah, it you know, and I love these pretty colors. I think that's Calypso Coral. Now, the one thing I will say is that this suite doesn't use a lot of color. I think Calypso Coral, maybe, let me see, Garden Green. What other colors? Lost Lagoon, you've got Calypso Coral, and you do have Mossy Meadow. But the rest are all your browns and greys. So your crumb cakes and your pecan pies and the new cloud cover and stuff as well. All right, let's get through this. So 4 sheets of this one. Now, I have never really tended to buy these style of papers, so I am pushing myself outside of my boundaries. But I have seen these used, and just as simple as putting that on a card with a sentiment and it's done. So if you're local to me and you live in southeast Queensland in the Darling Downs, then keep an eye out for my upcoming classes, because you may get a chance to use these as a simple card, like we call it a warm-up. So you might be able to have a warm-up card using these. Now this, and that's the back side, sorry. Now that one, yep, you can colour that in. I probably will do that with that. All right, the next one, again, more of a wallpapery kind of feel to it, or you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, you know, those old tapestry lounges that were really pretty, or a tapestry coat. That's the feel I get. And you do have a lot of texture in here. It's hard to see probably on a camera, but lots of texture. And the newest thing, not new because it was when I was first starting out, but sanding back stuff. So some of this sanded back I think will be really pretty. And it's got this gorgeous cloud cover. Is that easy? Oh yeah, you can see it quite well. So it's not concrete, it's kind of a texture. I am liking it to, you know, that Parisian plaster finish that you can get on a wall. Yeah, just really pretty. Again, another one that you pretty much could just frame. And I do love that they've included a little bit of text. Not in English, so not my forte as to what it says. And again, more of that plaster work, I feel. Another background, looks like a charcoal drawing. Again, a great front of a card. And then more of this like wallpaper. Another scenery. And this is really pretty. It sort of reminds me of, like I can see this being used with a lot of, you know, the textile and textures, I think it's called. The DSP that's got all the woven textures at the moment. That would pair really beautifully with that. Reminds me of like the 60s and 70s when you had a lot of those sort of paintings on the walls and this really funky wallpaper. And just a sketch. Probably a great background. More scenery. So I'm going to be challenged, that's for sure, using these. And again, the wallpaper. So you can see very different. If you are more of this style of person, then this suite does suit you as well. This one reminds me of like a Japanese bamboo, and I don't think it is, I'll be honest. I don't know what kind of tree that's inspired by. You got a bit of the cloud cover, which is a blue. Cloud cover is a blue. It's not a grey, and that's the problem they're having, getting it to look blue. And then like this washed background, I really like that. You can have it whichever way. That would be nice on a card. Beautiful roses. And on the back of those, whoops, is, again, like really fine. It's almost like printed linen. That's the feel that you get from it. So it's gorgeous. And then this one is another scenery. Now, this will be something that interests me. My family I hail from fishermen, I do. Not that I'm a fisherman myself, but you can see, and it's a beautiful scenery. And then the back is that washed look as well. Whitewashing, is that what they used to call it? Whitewashed. Where they had different textures and colours. Again, beautiful. And I think the scrapbook page that was on show at a demonstrator showed at On Stage did cut some of these out and used it, and that was great. And the back side is this beautiful map. Very, very handy. So you can see there's a couple in here. Couple of different, if you match them sort of all up, these sort of ideas. That's great for masculine cards, or I guess travel is another one, you know, just when you need that. And then this one, whoops, upside down, is again a little sketched, and it's even got like little cracks in it, like it's an old water, like painting, oil or pastels or something. And then the back is again a real textured, like again you get that linen weave texture to it, almost like a canvas. If you ever buy a canvas that hasn't been primed, so it doesn't have that layer of gesso or whatever the primer is that they put on it, that's kind of the feel that you get. So beautiful. That would be great to use the background and stamp on it directly. So everybody, that is all I got. Sounds terrible, but that is all I got from On Stage. I'm looking forward to using all of this. I'm looking forward to using these ones with colour as well. And as you can see, these ones will be great to colour in. So I've got some of my Stampin' Blends out. I have got a challenge to do. Tracy's Sunday Challenge this week is a beautiful combination of Pretty Peacock, Pecan Pie, and Berry Burst. So that's my job for today. I am going to do, so if you weren't aware, at On Stage, I participated in an organised swap. And a part of the organised swap is I made these little key chains for the people that were in the swap. And I actually put their name on it. Mine is on my bag with my name on it. Really simple little thing to do using Stampin' Blends. And I know that Tracy wanted me to show her how to do that. So I will make a video for that. It does use a Cricut machine, but you could probably use some other kind of sticker that goes on here. I did try doing it with embossing, but that didn't work. So this was the best idea. And this one used, let me see, Blueberry Bushel, Summer Splash, no, not Summer Splash, Shy Shamrock. Well, it might have been Summer Splash. No, Shy Shamrock and Berry Burst, I think it was. Or it could have been Petunia Pop. But anyway, it matched the project box that it went into. So that was lots of fun, and I will give that a go. It's actually really simple. I'll show you the other side. Very hard to see, but yeah. Great little present to personalise. If you've got the ability to get stickers that stay on with permanent vinyl and put someone's name on it, it's a great little present for them as well. All right, thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments here, even if you're watching on a replay, and I will come back and I will answer them. I will also say that I have popped a new video up on my YouTube page, and it is for this card. So here it is folded flat. It does fit into an envelope. And then you can make it stand up. So it stands up like that. And if you look at it front on, that's what it's like. So, yeah, if you are interested in something like doing a fun fold like this, and it's not that difficult. So check that video out and leave me a little bit of love there too. And I will see you next time. Thanks very much, everybody. Bye-bye.